on, Orlando Magic fans? Welcome to the Six-Man Show Postgame Live presented by Rock'em. What in the world? What in the world just happened? Your Orlando Magic win 122-120 in Denver against all odds. Every odd. Whatever odd you can think of, it was against this team. And somehow, some way, the Magic pulled it out. I don't know how it happened. But guys, before I talk to the chat, before I tell you about Rock'em, before I tell you anything, tonight is so special, so unbelievable, so unexpected that we have a special guest that is going to join us for the entire Six-Man Show postgame live. Ladies and gentlemen, joining me from his studios in Homosassa, Florida, it's Mr. Jonathan Osborne of the Six-Man Show. What's up?
What the hell just happened, man? We started texting with like 4 minutes to go, like, hey, are we gonna do this? And I literally cannot believe they pulled it off. Let's freaking go. What a win. Happy to be here, Kevin. Thanks for having me.
Dude, first off, I will say, while I get ready and go through the Rock'em stuff and talk to the chat a little bit, I will tell you, if you remember the last time you were on here, Jonathan, you had the audio was only coming out of one side. It wasn't stereo. Do you remember how to fix that for your mic? Do you remember where that was? If you could do that, take a look at your stuff. While you do that, though, I'm going to tell you guys really quick that this show, the Six-Man Show Postgame Live, is presented by Rock'em. Rock'em is the world's largest sock store, and they make great products like these socks right here. These classic socks right here. Let me kick Jonathan out really fast while he gets his mic situated. There we go. These classic socks right here are freaking awesome. We love those. We love Rock'em. They make socks, underwear for the Magic, for some of your other favorite teams, college football, NHL, NFL. They got all kinds of cool stuff, so check them out at rock'em.com. And when you do, please use this code MAGIC20. That'll get you 20% off of your order at rock'em.com. All season long, big shout out to Rock'em. And right now, big shout out to you, chat. Because let me tell you guys, I don't even know where to begin. Let me try to bring Jonathan back in here really fast. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. Let's try it now, Jonathan.
Testing.
Yes, there it is. There it is. Now we're good. We're firing on all cylinders. Let's go. Chat, how are we doing tonight, guys? Let me scroll all the way up. You guys have been all over the place, so I'm going to try to hit as many of these as we can because we might be here for a little bit. All right? I'm just saying. This is first off, Jonathan, I want to hear from you. All right? I want to hear from you, your thoughts on this game, and then we're going to go to the chat.
Well, I mean, like you're watching in the first half, and like as the game is starting to get away from the Magic, it's like an 18-point lead, and you just felt like, okay, well, this is going to go the way that this game probably should have went from the beginning. You start the game with 9 guys. Anthony Black goes out after a few minutes, and it's like, okay, you're a victim of circumstance. It's the last game of the road trip. You're in Denver. You had a rough loss to the Kings a couple of nights ago, and these guys just want to get home. Everybody's sick. Everybody's banged up. Guys want to get home, and they just kept fighting. I promised myself I wasn't going to get excited the way that I did in the beginning of that fourth quarter against the Kings because we were heartbroken and let down. But as Jalen Suggs and Cole Anthony and Mo Wagner and Paolo Banchero and Trevelyan Queen and Chuma Okeke and all these guys continue to make plays, I found myself putting my house slippers on so I didn't tear my ACL as I'm like jumping around the house in my socks. And then I'm just watching in disbelief the last 30 seconds. We go down by 2. I honestly, I forget what happened. Paolo goes to the line with like 10 seconds left, makes both free throws, and then I'm waiting for heartbreak, and we got the stop, and just so freaking proud of this team.
Yeah, I can't believe they didn't get Jokic the ball, by the way. He did whatever he wanted down low. The fact that Jamal Murray held on the ball for that entire possession blew my mind, but I'm not mad. I'm not mad about it. No. Let's take a look at some of these super chats first. Ty, Mr. TV, says, we own Denver. Play the song. I mean, 2-0 against Denver this year. Last year we were 1-1, but you remember how we lost the 1 in Denver? That miracle Jokic 3 from the top of the key that, I mean, we were that close to sweeping Denver 2 years in a row. That's all I'm going to say. You're absolutely right, Ty. And then also another super chat from Ty, Mr. TV, says, Ban Clutchero. Interesting take on that. He says, a star is born, triple-double. This team is magic, literally. Yes, Paolo's first ever career triple-double. I mean, what can you say about this guy? 43 points on Wednesday, nearly single-handedly wins that game for you. Tonight, triple-double with 8 guys out. What can you say about this guy other than all-star? Crazy.
He's a superstar. Like, we're literally these last couple of games, especially the way that he's put this team on his back, he's just been playing at a superstar level. And this game is not possible without him being a superstar tonight. I'm at a loss for words for what we've just watched, and like he's just the last couple of weeks has just taken his game to like another level, and it's like, okay, when is he going to come back down to earth? And then he keeps having like superstar level performances. I don't know at what point we just accept that this is like the new normal for him. I don't know if it is quite yet, but damn it if we aren't having a lot of fun watching this kid right now. I'm just like
crazy.
I'm getting texts from people like, we are so blessed to have this kid on our team. And honestly, that is how it feels.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit on Wednesday on this show, that like if we had taken somebody else, I don't know where we all would be, our mental state. If we took somebody else in that draft, I'm just saying, it's crazy. It's crazy. Michael Martin, the super chat. Appreciate you, man. Always appreciate the support from you. All right, chat, let's take a look at some of your thoughts. I'm scrolling all the way up, and we're going to work through as many of these as we can. You guys are going crazy right now. The Only Hero says, what a game. This goes to show you, if you have shooting, you're never truly out of a game, and what a comeback. Suggs' defense in the fourth was amazing. That's facts. And shot lights out, and Paolo with his first triple-double. Yeah. What was the biggest lead? 18? Is that what it was, Jonathan?
18.
This team, this team, when fully healthy, we've always said is not built for comebacks like that. And then here you are, you're down 8 guys, and you have an 18-point comeback. Shoot the lights out again, second game in a row. It's just crazy. I don't know if it's sustainable, but it is crazy. Like, crazy.
It's not sustainable. You know, the other night it was Chuma Okeke, early in that fourth quarter that got things going. Tonight in that second half, man, I cannot speak enough about the way that Mo Wagner and Cole Anthony played, because Jalen and Paolo were both like around like 18, 17, something like that in the first half. And it was a 13-point game, and this game was just begging for somebody else to step up. And the way that those guys played in the second half, this win's not possible without those guys. I hate ESPN when they just automatically play these audio ads. ESPN stopped doing that. But man, just like fantastic. Like if you look at this game, like offensively, it was those 4 guys: Paolo, Mo, Jalen, Cole Anthony.
Yeah.
And you score 122 points, and you freaking beat Denver in Denver, who's won 11 out of their last 13. Just
crazy.
What a freaking win, man.
Crazy.
I feel high. Like I legitimately feel high right now.
Yeah. I'm going to read through a bunch of these real fast. Chris D says, this team makes me so proud. They never quit. They had no business winning this game, and they willed it into being. Let's get healthy and start kicking major tail. Play that freaking song. Let's go, dude. I'm just saying, man, this team deserved it. This team deserved it. Soul Train says, Suggs was incredible too. We need him to be like that more. Yeah, he was great. Eduardo says, this is the Magic team I dreamed about. Man, what a performance. Santi says, yeah, baby, play the song. Biggest win of the season. You know what? We should play the song. This one deserves it. Oh, there's the song for you guys. Love that. Janine says, Paolo is him. What a win. Play that freaking song. Let's go. Nolan says, set that spirit free. Yes, Nolan. Oh, man. Let's see. David says, IMO, the momentum shifted in our favor with the defensive stop we made at the 8:41 mark in the fourth quarter. That was when I had a good feeling we were going to get the dub. I don't remember specifically what that defensive stop was, but we had a lot of them in that fourth quarter. There were a lot of big-time defensive plays down the stretch of this game by this team, by a lot of different guys. Jalen, Trevelyan Queen had a few different like little pickpockets and deflections. Man, big time. Big time. Let's see. Oh, gosh, you guys are funny. First off, really quick, if you haven't yet today, you need to stop what you're doing right now and vote for Paolo and Franz and any other Magic guys you want. But especially, seriously, stop what you're doing right now. If you're watching on mobile, swipe up YouTube. We'll still be floating up here at the top of your screen, but go to your Safari browser or whatever and vote for Paolo and Franz. If you're watching on computer, open another tab. Do it. Just do it right now, okay? A couple other super chats have come in. Let's hit those. Michael Martin, once again, thank you for another super chat. He says, Paolo Banchero is our Nikola Jokic. I mean, you can't argue with that.
He was.
Cornerstone. Sam says, didn't watch the game because of church, but saw the final score. Holy frick, Paolo and Jalen, let's go. What a win, boys. Come on. P5 is the future. He's the future, and he's the present. He is the present. Baby. Come on. Thank you, Sam, for
the
that.
Present 5, baby.
Yeah. Thank you for that super chat, Sam. And Shahin with a super chat. Suggs looked like the college version of himself. Insane W, like the live. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, thanks for the super chat. And yeah, Jalen was just everywhere. And he's not 100% either. Like, he's dealing with some stuff. I mean, he always is. Yeah, he always is. But yeah, it's just
Kevin,
crazy.
We've got over 208 people in here right now.
At 11:41.
That like button.
11:41 p.m. You guys are magic maniacs. Jay Way says, let's talk about Mosley. As much as players have developed this season, Mosley has also taken a big step as a coach. Jonathan, your thoughts on that?
Jamal Mosley, we knew that he was a great leader of men, like the ultimate motivator, and just the level of culture that he has helped build over the course of the last 3 seasons. The last 2 games, if you had any doubt in your mind whatsoever about whether or not the culture and the fabric of this team was real, you need to look no further than the last 2 games, because I guarantee Steve Clifford is the coach of this team. I don't mean to single out Steve Clifford. You could pick 40 other guys that have coached at different times at the NBA level. This team does not perform and fight the way they did the past 2 nights. So Jamal Mosley deserves the coach of the month for the month of January for these last 2 games alone.
Yeah, dude, that's absolutely true, man. He's unbelievable. Ryan, our guy Ryan says, sleeping with the Palo jersey on tonight. Love that. Love that. Let's see. Nesto says, Palo's been clutch from the free throw line in late game situations. He has lately. He was tonight. That's a lot of pressure. What was it, 10 seconds left, something like that? Yeah. Had to get both of those. That was huge. Love that.
Had a bunch of big free throws in the Sacramento game.
Yep. Semi says, Paolo is generational, no doubt. He will be a superstar. It's magic. Let's go. David says, Jalen is up to 39% from 3 for this season. Well, these last couple games, man, that'll help you. That'll help you. What was he, 7 of 9 tonight? Is that what he ended up as? Crazy.
I believe so.
Crazy, man. Even if it's 7 of 10, I can't remember.
7 of 9. Paolo 15 of 19 from the free throw line.
Crazy. Phil says 1-3 a West Coast road trip, but man, super proud of the shorthanded team. Yeah. If you told me all the guys, before we left on this road trip, if you told me all the guys that we would be missing, I would have been great with 1-3. Like, you kidding me? Yeah. The fact that tonight you win in Denver, missing all those, I cannot believe we won tonight with, hold on, I got to look at this before I botch this. I cannot believe we won in Denver tonight with Chuma playing 28 minutes. Caleb Houston playing 24 minutes, Trevelyan Queen playing 30 minutes, and Admiral Schofield playing 8.5 minutes, and we won in Denver. That is insane. Jay Esco says, I had to watch the last quarter standing up. Bro, for real. For real. Joseph says, we didn't fall down the standings like I really thought was inevitable. Yeah, we're going to look at the standings here later on the show. David, this must have been earlier. He says, can you please play the song? I got you, bro. We did that. It felt great. Eduardo says 35th triple-double in team history on the 35th game of the season, on the 35th anniversary of the team. Is that true? They must have said that in the postgame show. That is poetry right there. That is beautiful.
That's divine intervention.
That's amazing. That's anything. That is anything. If there's ever been anything, that is anything. Matt says, is it time to retire number 5 already?
Yes. Love
that. All right, a couple more super chats. Let's see. It's time, Mr. TV again. He says, get them likes up. We just witnessed magic. Yes, let's go. Hit the like button if you're hanging out with us tonight. The 222 of you that are here. And then we have Hubert, who says, watching Paolo put up his first triple-double in person. He is him. You were at the game? What? Let's go. There were a lot of Magic fans down in that corner tonight, which is pretty fun. But yeah, glad you got to experience that. That's not going to be the last Paolo triple-double. I'm just saying. But you got to see the first. That's pretty sick. Wait, we got another super chat. You guys are crazy. Neil says, All-Star voting is worth 3 times. Still for the next 15 minutes. Vote them boys in. P5 a dude. That's true. Today's triple value of your All-Star vote. So definitely get that vote in here in the next 15 minutes. And you won't regret that. Okay, let's see. We're going to roll through a couple more of these comments. Then we're going to look at the box score and do all those fun things. Let's see. Bilal says, I can't even imagine if we had pulled out that Sacramento win too, bro. Yeah. I'm still shook over that Sacramento game. That game was a different level of wild and crazy. This was just gritty tonight. Like that was crazy. Jay Ramirez says somehow, some way. Absolutely. Lachlan says Magic won't have any immediate love with all our guys out too. Here's the thing. I'm going to go back and watch a little more of this game, but I watched some of the pregame show on the Denver broadcast. I told Jonathan and Luke, I was like, I've watched their broadcasts in the past. I think Denver has one of the worst broadcast teams, like maybe the most biased, I should say, one of the most biased. The first thing I heard them say about the Magic was, obviously Denver, we played back-to-back. The guys are going to be exhausted, so the Magic have a big rest advantage. They are missing a couple guys, but, they have the rest advantage. I just rolled my eyes. I was like, are you kidding me? A couple guys. That's crazy. Let's see. Leon says Queen is our Grand Theft Alvarado.
He is. He might be.
He had it a couple times tonight. That's pretty funny.
Terrence Ross with the tweet, "Let's go Magic."
Hey,
what a guy.
The Human Torch. The Human Torch. Armin, our guy, says, Magic fans, let's go. Let's go, Armin. Karen says, Jalen got punched in the stomach and he shook it off. Dog.
He got kicked in the balls.
I was about to say, I don't think it was a stomach. I think he got hit where it hurts. Warp 10 says, went to Jam Hot Chicken for the first time today. Absolutely loved it, by the way. And we get the dub. Coincidence? Guess I'll have to eat there every game day just to make sure. It's upside down. Flip it over, Jonathan. Flip it over. Yes, there we go. Jam Hot Chicken, baby. Let's go. Baby. Love that. JSCO says the best 1-4 road trip ever. That is facts, bro. That is facts. Especially, the other 3 losses all were within like 2 possessions, weren't they? Like the Phoenix game was like 6 points.
Was it 1-4 or was it 1-3?
1-3, yeah. The Phoenix game I think was like a 6-point game. The Golden State one. 5,
6, 3, and then
you're within 2 possessions in the first 2 games and then double overtime in the third. Golly, we were that close, man.
Super close to 2-2. Like this, 4-0, if we were healthy, would not have been outside of the realm of possibilities.
Of course, yeah. Absolutely.
Doesn't it feel crazy not to feel like a insane homer to say that? Like the Magic are actually good?
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. Violent Toast, which I love that name, says I've never cried tears of joy over a regular season game. Yeah, that was tear worthy. Tear worthy. Oh man. Okay. Luke Sylvia, you're fired. That's a little distracting. He sent something in our group chat that just totally threw me off. Dude. Okay. All right.
What a freak. Dude.
I can't. Okay, I got to move on. Okay. Christy says, shout out to our broadcast team. They're great. They're the best. They're awesome. Shout out to Dante, by the way, who's done a fantastic job. Obviously, we all love David Steele. David made the choice this year to, fewer road games, but Dante's done a great job stepping in, and obviously we're grateful to have him. D. Randall says, this OT got producer Kev acting like Luke with his takes. You aren't yourself. Eat a Snickers. All right, bro. All right. Hey, guys, let's do this. First off, before we talk about this game a little more, before we do the box score, because we have 230 of you here, I do want to remind you that this show is brought to you by Rock'em. Rock'em is the world's largest sock store, and they're located in Orlando. It's a Central Florida company, Central Florida employees. They make awesome products, socks, underwear, and I've been teasing it a little bit just for the post-game live people. They've got a new product coming out this year, just in a little bit. Okay, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, whether it's Orlando Magic gear, or other of your other favorite sports teams, college teams, NFL, NHL, and then even non-sports things like Disney, Marvel, Harry Potter, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, all kinds of crazy things. You should definitely check them out at rock'em.com. And when you do, please use the code MAGIC20. It'll get you 20% off of your order at rock'em.com. And hey, it helps out the Six Man Show along the way. So definitely check them out at rock'em.com. All right, I want to talk about this game, but let's do the box score first. And I think I set this up right, Jonathan, to where your face. No, I didn't. Hold on. I'm going to change this box score thing, and then I got to add Jonathan in here so we don't just lose Jonathan for this whole show. Hold on. Nobody panic. We're going to do a little on the fly editing here. We're going to get Jonathan Osborne into this show. I'm going to do this. There's 2 of me, and then I'm going to add this guy. There we go. Okay. Let's take a look at this box score here because it's so funny on a night like this, Jonathan. There's a lot to talk about, and there's also not a lot because there's only a handful of dudes that actually did much. But that's what's so crazy about this game. First off, we have Chuma after the scalding hot performance on Wednesday night. If you told me we won this game tonight, I would have said it was because Chuma went off again. And yet he has 3 points, 1 of 3 from 3, missed both of his free throws, by the way, which was tragic. Also did get 7 boards and assists, a steal, and a block. Did have 4 turnovers, as well, which you don't love to see. But Chuma came back down to earth. So for those of you that were shouting for him to be a starter after Wednesday, here you go. But, I mean, let's talk about Paolo, Jonathan. 32 points. 8 of 21 shooting. You know, you like to see that a little better. 1 of 4 from 3. You like to see that a little better. But 15 of 19 from the line. 10 boards, 11 assists, 3 steals. His first ever triple-double. We've already said a lot, Jonathan. What more do you want to say about Mr. Paolo Banchero? Oh, hold on. Sorry. I had you muted. Go.
That's all right. No, last game, wasn't perfect. Obviously, he had a fantastic game, the 43 points, but had the 8 turnovers. But in a game like this, like the circumstances, we're not focusing on the negative. Like I really could care less about the 8 of 21, especially when he was, being guarded by Aaron Gordon the entire night. And anytime, forget about the paint. Anytime he got 2 feet inside the 3-point arc, they were just sending multiple guys and collapsing on him the entire night. But this was just the quintessential do whatever the team needs you to do performance. 32 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists, 3 steals, 15 of 19, good for almost 79% from the free throw line. We know he's usually about around 70% this year. So especially down the stretch of these games, like last year, I think it was like against the Clippers where we're like going either into overtime or we were in overtime or trying to force overtime. He's going to the line and you're holding your breath. Like, is he going to be able to make these? And tonight, multiple times down the stretch, heads to the free throw line, makes his free throws. If you haven't already, vote.nba.com, vote Paolo Banchero to the All-Star game. He deserves it. Like, he's a superstar. I don't know what else to say. Like, I feel like it's like, is it too early to say that? But I really don't feel like it is at this point. Like, the kid is a superstar level talent, and it's just a matter of time until he's doing stuff like this on a nightly basis.
Jonathan, I want you to take a look at this screen right here. That's Mr. Jason Tatum. Just tweeted out, All-Star, about Paolo.
Jason Tatum's had some bad takes this year. That is a good take.
That's a good take. That is a very good take. Shout out Jason Tatum. Just for tonight. That's the only shout out he'll get from me all year. Yeah, I mean, crazy. Yeah, Jesus, our guy, says nobody could guard P5. That's true. T-Money says P5 better make the All-Star team. Facts. Right now, a couple people have mentioned it. Again, triple vote for today. Lasts another 5.5 minutes. So please go vote if you haven't already at NBA.com. Crazy night for Paolo. Here's the thing, guys. Just like I said on Wednesday, if you want me to sit here and whine and complain about some of the negatives in this box score, some of the negatives from this game, just turn this off because tonight's not the night. Like, yeah, we had freaking 14 turnovers. We've had worse. I could sit here and complain about that. I'm not going to. Yeah, some guys didn't shoot the ball well. This is not the night for that. Tonight was all about just energy, effort, hustle, belief, togetherness, all those adjectives you want. That was enough to get the victory, which is crazy. It's crazy that in the NBA, sometimes that can happen. It's true, though. It's true. And you shoot the ball really well, which we'll talk about in a second. Then you got Mo Wagner. Mo Wagner woke up after Wednesday night. It was really quiet tonight. He had 19 points on 8 of 14 shooting, 2 of 4 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, had 11 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals. He was essentially the only big man tonight because you had Wendell out. You had Goga out. I mean, crazy. Good stuff from Mo tonight. Jalen Suggs, though, 27 for Jalen Suggs. 9 of 15 from the field, 7 of 9 from 3. Are you kidding me, Jalen? 2 of 4 from the free throw line, 4 boards, an assist, a block. Only 2 turnovers for Jalen, 7 of 9 from 3. Jonathan, do you want to look up? I don't know if it's like it'll be accurate tonight. It probably won't include tonight's, but like, do you want to look up his like season numbers? I don't know if you have your computer open, but I'm curious.
I do have my computer open. What I'm doing right now, I'm trying to look at our stats. The last 2 games, the Magic are shooting 52% from behind the arc. They, averaging 21 of 40 over the course of the last 2 games here. I can definitely pull up Jalen's stats over the last 2 games if you give me just.
Yeah, that's fine. Here. But I'm just like, we're gonna start shooting up the the NBA rankings as far as like team 3-point percentage from these last couple of games. Jay Curve says Suggs 0 #flawless victory. Love that. That's good.
So
Noel Ramirez.
Jalen Suggs
Go for it.
Real fast on the
Go
season.
for it.
12.9 points. He's shooting 45% from the floor, which for a guard, that's where I like, like tier, like their efficiency, like that's should be like as bad as it gets. If you can be around, 19 points a game, 45% for a guard is really, really good. But right now, he's up to, this may not be updated tonight because we're now, it says he's played in 13 games. Now, this is not updated all the way yet.
Yeah.
For some reason, NBA.com is really good about updating the team stats like right away. The player statistics lag behind.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned that because usually they're kind of slow. Let's see. Noel Ramirez says, I can't believe they have Chet over Paolo in the under 22 on Bleachers Report. Yeah, clowns. Chris says, I don't want any more kids, but if I had another son, if I had another kid who's a son, I'd name him Paolo. Yeah, you and me both. You and me both.
And it's a girl named Paolo.
Paola? I don't know.
No, Paolo.
20 seconds says, we have our superstar in the league will not be ready for him when the team gets healthy. I'm just saying. Just saying. Jesus says, we kept receipts. Some wanted Suggs traded. Yeah, we remember you. We remember you guys. Six Man Show never sold our stock on who we now call Waylon. Good old Waylon. Let's see here. Nolan Wright says it's a Cole world out there. In fact, let's keep going. Let's take a look at the rest of the box score. We'll get to Cole. Anthony Black, kudos to the guy. Apparently the guy was, to quote, I believe Paolo in the postgame said, sick as hell. Not doing well. Apparently, I'm guessing that's what Goga has as well. Anthony Black tries to give it a go, plays 440 tonight, and just couldn't go. So, but seriously, kudos to AB for just trying. He knew this team was desperate for some bodies. He gave it a go, couldn't see it out. Hopefully, he'll be back on Sunday. But then we have Cole. Cole with a nice bounce back game. 23 points for him, 8 of 15 from the field, 3 of 8 from 3. Hit all 4 of his free throws, 2 boards, 4 assists, and a steal. Some big buckets for Cole. Like, Cole did a great job getting to the rim on several occasions. Hit a lot of, several of those mid-range or short-range jumpers, and obviously the 3 threes. Big stuff from Cole.
So Cole was 1 of 6 in the first half. Mm-hmm. So that means he was 7 of 9 in the second half. Fantastic.
Passes the eye test. Yeah, his second half was terrific.
And Mo was 3 of 7 in the first half. So 5 of 9 in the second half.
Wow.
Both of those guys. Incredible.
Yeah, that'll check out. When we look at some of these team stats and these quarter breakdowns, that second half for the Magic was terrific. Caleb Houston tonight. 3 of 6 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, which means he took 1 2-pointer tonight. So good for Caleb. 0 of 2 from the free throw line, which might be the biggest shock of the night. That's crazy. Also had an assist. A solid night for Caleb. How cool is it that he's like hitting his shots now? 40% tonight. Obviously terrific on Wednesday. It's a lot of fun. And guys, like, if Caleb can just become an off the bench spot up shooter, running off screens or whatever, that's such a huge tool that this team could potentially have. We've said it on the show all the time, but it's starting to happen.
Last 10 games.
Yeah.
Almost 4 attempts. He's at 37% from 3.
He's getting there. That's pretty dang good. Especially when you consider the rest of this team. 37%, we'll take it. TQ, as the guys call him, Trevelyan Queen tonight, played 30 minutes. How about him stepping up? 5 points, 2 of 4 from the field, misses only 3, but hit his only free throw. Had 5 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Both of those steals were big in the second half. He was, as was mentioned earlier, kind of like our little Alvarado, pickpocketing guys left and right. Love that. And then Admiral Schofield came in to give some guys a rest. 8.5 minutes for him tonight. Did score, though. 5 points, 2 of 3 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Had a rebound, had an assist. Just credit everybody tonight. Credit the entire crew tonight. Just love to see that. Just literally total team effort, which is crazy. Corey says, injury update by any chance, guys. We know nothing more than what was mentioned on the broadcast tonight. So, Anthony Black, Goga Batadze, both out with illness. Wendell Carter, his knee flared up again, so he didn't play tonight. Who are the other guys? Franz had his ankle. Joe still out with the ankle. Gary's out with the calf strain. Is that what it is?
Yep.
Is that everybody? Jonathan Isaac, of
with the
course,
hamstring,
Markel,
with
all the
the
normal
knee.
stuff. Yeah, so who's going to be back for Sunday? I've said for feels like 2 weeks now. Some of these guys should be back any day now. And yet we've had so many any days. So I don't know. I don't know what to say, guys. I don't know who's going to be back for Sunday. You'd hope guys like Goga and AB might be back if it's just a short, like 24-hour illness or whatever. So hopefully we get them back. We keep thinking that Joe Ingles, Markel, J.I. will be back any day. So maybe Sunday is any day. I don't know. But we owe Atlanta, so we got to win. We got to win on Sunday, I'm just saying. Let's see a couple other chats before we hit some of the team stats here. Tom says Wagner did a great job on Joker, surprisingly. Yeah, in stretches. He's very physical with him. Obviously, Jokic is going to get his. I don't even know what he ended up having tonight. He had 29 on 13-19 from the field, 4 boards, 8 assists. I mean, that's a pretty quiet night as far as the non-scoring numbers for Jokic. But, yeah, no one's going to do great on Jokic. But, Wagner was physical with him, did his best. Let's see. Semi says, only disappointed the lack of Jet Howard. Yeah, Jets with Osceola, and they chose not to fly him out west, in the middle of this road trip. Michael Martin says, Trevelin Queen is going to earn a contract with us. I mean, yeah, in some ways he's playing pretty well on both ends. Let's see. Michael, our friend from Ireland, says, love you guys. Need to get some sleep. Can't wait to meet the whole Six-Man Show family next month. Go Magic. Hit the like button, you Magic Maniacs. Michael, always appreciate you, man. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, if you haven't yet, please hit that like button. Always appreciate it. Let's see here. Okay, I'm not going to read that one. All right, let's take a look at some of these team stats. Yeah, Denver, as to be expected, wins that first half. And once it's halftime and you're down, what is that, 9 plus 4? You're down 13 at half. You're just feeling like, okay, they've played with their food for long enough. Second half, they'll pull away. That was not the case. Magic dropped 41 in that third quarter, outscoring by 10. And then look at that fourth quarter. You hold the Denver Nuggets to 22 points in the fourth quarter. Now, some people look at that and go, oh, Denver's second night of the back-to-back, they were exhausted. Wait. Do you see the team we threw out there? Do you know how many minutes these guys played in a double overtime game on Wednesday? I don't want to hear a word about Denver being tired. I don't want to hear a word about it. And you hold them to 22 points. As great as the offense was tonight, as great as the shooting was tonight, Jonathan, I thought the defense, especially in that fourth quarter, was everything. Like the hustle, the defense, that was it.
Yeah, I definitely think like the fatigue as the game went on definitely affected Denver. You could see that, like
for sure.
Even the other night against Sacramento, it was our second night of a back-to-back. And I was like, oh, at some point we're going to run out of gas. And we weren't really running out of gas. And I was like, oh, wait, that's because Sacramento also, this is their second night of a back-to-back. So both teams were sort of playing on fumes that entire game. But you could tell, obviously, the long road trip, this is the end. Guys are ready to get home. You go into it with 8 guys and you're like, yeah, we're going to fight. But you, in your mind, like these guys, they still understand the reality of what's going on. Like you're probably going to lose that game. But they just made play after play after play. And even when it got to 18, you hit a couple of shots, you're right back in the game. And they always felt like if they could knock down enough threes, and you saw it tonight, what was it, 17 made threes tonight? Yeah, 17 of 36. Just kept the Magic close enough so that they closed the gap at the end of the third. They take the lead at the beginning of the fourth. And then it was just sort of back and forth. And I was surprised that they didn't go to Jokic earlier, because when they gave him the ball down the stretch, it seemed like it was like 2 or 3 straight buckets where he seemingly caught the ball either at the elbow or at the box and just like turned around and threw the ball into the rim. And I thought maybe we'd get a little Jamal Murray sort of takeover. He tried to do that, but credit to Trevelin Queen, Jalen Suggs, even Cole Anthony a little bit. Like you said, the defense down the stretch was really great. There's only so much you can do with Jokic. And then that last possession, like not really they didn't even get a shot off really. Like it was like a last 10th of a second heave. Let me get something up in the air.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, just
terrific.
To your point, they were fantastic down the stretch.
Yeah. Just looking at Jamal Murray for the game, 20 points, 9 of 23 from the field, 39% from the field, 0 of 6 from 3. The Nuggets as a whole, well, we'll look at the team stats here. Didn't shoot the ball well from 3. But the other stats here, points in the paint. I mean, Denver's always going to have a bunch of points in the paint. Like, that's what they do. Jokic, and then Jokic finding cutters. That's what they do. But the Magic only 38 points in the paint. But again, you think about the personnel the Magic have right now. They're having to resort to bombing threes. And fortunately, they're going in right now. So the points in the paint number, that's not a big surprise with the current team. Obviously, when they're healthy, that would be really low for the Magic. Magic did get out and running several occasions tonight, which is always good. There's that biggest lead, 18 for the Nuggets, 41 bench points. The Magic outscored the Nuggets bench, which is crazy when you consider who the Magic's bench was tonight. That's crazy.
When you think the fact that they had 3 guys coming off the bench, really.
Yeah, and that was Admiral Schofield, Caleb Houston, and Trevelyan Queen. That's your bench, and they outscore them. It's crazy. Crazy. Turnovers, we mentioned those earlier, 14, which, could be better, could be worse. But then points off turnovers, Denver crushed you on those for a lot of the night. I thought the fourth quarter, that kind of got reduced a little bit. But yeah, 24 points off turnovers for Denver. Let's take a look at some of these team stats here. Team's pretty even as far as overall field goal percentage, 50% each. 3-point percentage obviously was the difference in the game. You made 8 more threes than the Nuggets. You shot 20% better, 47% for the Magic versus 27% for Denver. Now, you can flip the script on the other way and say the Magic missed 11 free throws tonight. Obviously, you don't want to see that. You want to see them make at least another 5 of those, at least 5 more. 67% compared to 79% basically for the Nuggets. You out-rebound the Nuggets at 11 offensive rebounds as well. Let's see, that's 25 assists on 41 field goals. That's pretty good. 9 steals, 3 blocks for the Magic. There's those turnovers again, fast break points, points in the paint, fouls. And again, there's that largest lead, 18 for the Nuggets. That's crazy. The fact that I still can't get over, like, if this team won and it was a close game, the whole game, still a big surprise, but whatever. The fact that this team came back from an 18-point deficit, I still cannot believe that. I can't believe it. Let's take a look at some of these other scores around the league. Obviously, it'll lead with the Magic being the Nuggets, 122 to 120. Look at this. Look at this right here. The Pistons down 3 in Golden State with 3.5 minutes to go.
The death of the dynasty.
Ooh,
right there.
The Pistons might kill the Warriors off. Might end them. Imagine.
That would be incredible.
That would be crazy. Grizzlies beating the Lakers right now by 3. Raptors are trailing the Kings. That's interesting. I didn't realize they were playing today. After all the talks about trades and stuff, that's funny. The Celtics beat the Jazz. Anyway, Pacers beat the Hawks 150 to 116. The Hawks are, I think their days are numbered with that roster as well. This one is the biggest surprise for me. I've talked about this before on the Postgame Live. The last 5 or 6 times we've done this show and looked at the score, I've said the Nets just can't win. They've been falling apart, and they beat what are they called? Oklahoma City. They beat the Thunder tonight. That's crazy. Cavs beat the Wizards. That's no surprise. The Knicks are rolling. They beat the Sixers by 36. And Joel Embiid is back, so he's playing in that game. So the Sixers were full strength, and they beat him by 36. I know Knicks fans are just on fire right now. They think they're never going to lose another game. The Bulls beat the Hornets. The Timberwolves beat the Rockets. Clippers beat the Pelicans. Mavs beat the Blazers by a lot. And then the Suns, poor Miami. Suns beat the Heat. Those are some of the scores tonight. Let's take a look at these updated standings here. Okay, so how about that? Heat lose, Magic win. You're now back tied with Miami. Indiana does have a half game up on you. They won tonight. But once again, it's still this 4-way tie: Miami, Orlando, Cleveland, New York for positions 5 through 8. And then those Pacers are up there as well. So obviously the Magic play Atlanta, who's all the way down here in the 15, 14, 13, 12 spot. So, I mean, obviously we can we'll talk about that Atlanta game on Sunday here in a little bit. But let's come back here off of the box score. Let's look at the chat for a few more of these messages here. Blaze says it feels great being a Magic fan. Nights like tonight, you better believe it. Although it's funny, coming into this game, we were like, man, I hate being a Magic fan because all of our guys are always hurt. And it's funny how 2.5 hours later, it can be like, I love this team. It's amazing. Jay Esco says the problem for guys like Fulton J.I. isn't when are they coming back, but can they stay healthy when they do come back, which they haven't. It's fair. It's fair. And it's tough with those guys. It feels like it's always something different every time. Like they'll have this long stretch being out, then they'll come back, and then it's something else. It's just kind of, it's very strange. Let's see. Season sweep against the Chicken McNuggets. Hey, I like it. Michael Martin says, with barbecue sauce. Yeah, now I'm hungry too. Let's go. Chris says, what's your projection for the next 5 games? You know what, Chris? Hold that thought. We'll look at the next 5 games when we look ahead to Atlanta's game. I'll hold that thought. We'll do that. Thanks, Praise. Says Jonathan Osborne cameo. Yeah, Jonathan. It's been fun having you, man. It's been a good time.
It's fun to be here. I'm happy to be here.
Let's see. Soul Train said Durant didn't even play tonight. That's right. I forgot about that. So Miami lost to Kevin Durant-less Phoenix. Couldn't be us. Zach says this W is especially impressive coming off the heartbreaker against the Kings. Could have easily been deflated between that and the 4 million, whatever number that is, injuries. But the boys stepped up. So proud of this team. 100%. You know, like some teams in this NBA would have come into tonight knowing they had 8 guys and just tried to get out without being injured. You know? Would have totally just,
lost by 40.
Would have lost by 40, but they would have been okay with that. They'd have been like, let's just get in this game, get out of it. Nobody gets hurt. Not this team.
If we got out of this game healthy, I would have been okay losing by 40.
Exactly. You and me both. But not Jamal Mosley's team, not this Magic team. They believe every night, no matter the circumstances, that they can pull it off, which is just, it's borderline crazy. Like that's psycho what they did tonight. Like that level of belief should be illegal. Like that's crazy. I didn't believe. I thought we had no chance. I thought we had no chance. I thought we were going to lose by 30. I really did. So shame on me.
I really felt like we had no chance.
Yeah, shame on me.
I was like, all right, well, this one's going to be over soon.
Shame on me. Shame on all of us. Yeah, I should never doubt this team ever again. Thanks, Braces says, man, it's unbelievable. Sorry, it's an unbelievable time to be a Magic fan. Long live Paolo Banchero. Long live.
I really think, sorry to jump in.
No, you're good, man.
I texted you guys before the Kings game the other night, before Franz, we knew we weren't going to have Franz, and I said like, tonight could be like a legacy building game for Paolo and Franz. Franz goes out 5 minutes in. It absolutely was a legacy building game for Franz. Tonight was for Paolo. Tonight was another legacy building game for Paolo. Like 20 years from now, I'll be talking to my grandkids or whatever, and I'll be like, I remember Paolo Banchero's second year in the league. We were decimated with injuries, and then he just absolutely pops off against Sacramento and Denver and leads us to a win that we had no business getting because he was just that good that early.
A win on the road, mile high in the air against the defending champions, fully healthy when we had 8 guys. Yeah, 100%. Millie says, what's up, fellas? New sub here. Paolo is him, and who said we can't shoot? First off, Millie, welcome. Welcome to the Six Man Show. Glad you're here. And if any of you other people that are with us are new, we are the Six Man Show. We're an Orlando Magic podcast. We put out episodes every Monday and Thursday. And then we do these live post-game shows right here on YouTube after each and every Orlando Magic game. So glad you're here. Check us out. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that like button. And glad you're here. Check us out. Let's see. A couple more of these comments, and then we'll talk about Sunday. And we'll also look ahead to the next 5 games because Chris requested that. I think that's a good idea. And then we'll get out of here. Let's see. Chris says, we need to get people from Germany to vote for Franz. Yep. We definitely would appreciate any of our friends from Germany to do that. Let's see here. Okay, I'm going to, if you'll bear with me, I'm going to pull up these next 5 games because I think this is a good idea because we're still in the midst of this gauntlet. Like this schedule is just so rough, but I think it'll be good to look at it here. So let's see. Emergency box score. There we go. Okay. We'll talk about this Atlanta game in a second. We have Atlanta, Minnesota, Miami. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oklahoma City and New York. Sheesh, that New York game is looking very different right about now. Let's talk about this Atlanta game. You got to win it. Like, you just got to win it. I guarantee you we're going to have at least one guy come back from tonight. Like, some of the guys that were out, we'll get 1, hopefully 2, maybe more guys back on Sunday. You should be more healthy. Now, we talked about this way back in like August or whenever the schedule came out. That is an absolute joke that you have this 4-game West Coast road trip. You end in Denver, and you don't get any extra day off before coming home to play the Hawks. That is ridiculous. It should be mandatory that you get an extra day after coming back West Coast to East Coast. I think it's a joke. It's terrible, especially when you think about the fact that this game started at 9 p.m. Eastern, and Sunday's game starts at 6 p.m. Eastern, which means that is less than 48 hours between the tip, and you have to fly from Denver to Orlando. It's a joke. Okay. All that aside, you still got to win. Atlanta's bad. Like really bad. I mean, they lost by, what was it? Like 40 tonight to Indiana. It's a terrible team. I don't feel bad for them at all because we don't like them. But you got to win that game. Jonathan, do you agree or disagree? Like especially when you look ahead at the schedule, like you just have to win that one.
Yeah, I do think you have to. They look like they're getting ready to hit the major reset button.
That's true.
I think I read a report, quotations report, really just a rumor or speculation. And if you look at their roster, it makes sense. The only guys that they're probably not going to be looking to move, Trey, Jalen Johnson. Seems like DeJounte Murray's probably going to be on the move. And, Clint Capella and all of those other guys try to retool that roster. But right now, they've just been awful lately. So, yeah, you want to get – Franz was in crutches yesterday. He's walking around okay today. It seems like the kid just heals like Wolverine. I don't think he's going to play Sunday. It would be an absolute miracle if he does. But getting like Goga and AB back, if J.I. can come back, that would be incredible. Like Joe Ingles has got to be any day now. But back in the building after the way they performed on this road trip, looking for, I almost said Amway, Kia crowd to just really give those guys a warm reception for the way that they played on the road. Great crowd on Sunday, lift you to a victory over the Hawks, especially looking at the rest of the schedule that's coming up for our boys. I agree, you got to get that one.
Paul says, Weltman was pacing the aisles. I sat right behind him. Do we have another viewer in the house that was at the game tonight? That's crazy. That's amazing.
I want to know who the magicians were.
Those guys, shout out to them. That was clever. That was cool. Michael Martin says,
that before.
I haven't either, on the road especially. Michael Martin says, we are in the 20-win club, Magic fans. Let's go. That's hard to believe. Carlos says,
so much national love right now, and so is Paolo all across social media.
Deservedly so. Carlos says, these are the games that make free agents want to come play for the Magic. Yeah. I said this on Wednesday after the Sacramento game. Same thing tonight. Denver knows. Denver knows what just happened. They know that this team in Orlando came and showed up. Because remember, Denver played Orlando back in November when we were almost fully healthy. Obviously still missing J.I. and Markelle. So they know what we were supposed to look like. They know that this was a shell of a team tonight. And they know the fight, the hustle, the heart that this team put out there. And they saw the results. And the rest of the league sees it too. You're exactly right. Victor says, Queen is a dog. I like the energy he's bringing for sure. Gabe says, dang, we're still alive. I left, came back to watch the replay, and you still alive. You guys are beasts. Let's go, Gabe. For a special night like tonight, you better believe it. But we are winding down here. We're going to talk about these games ahead, and then we're going to call tonight. Let's do that. So Sunday, Atlanta. Tuesday, Minnesota. Minnesota, one of the stories of the season, one of the hottest teams of the season. That's going to be a really tough game. Again, depends on who's healthy at this point. If this current iteration of the Magic is playing, probably going to be a loss there. If you get some guys back, especially Franz, I think you got a chance. Franz loves playing Minnesota. We all know that. Miami, you got to beat Miami, I think. I know it's on the road, but you got to win, especially because it's the first night of back-to-back, and that second night of the back-to-back is tough. You go to OKC. That's a great team. And then obviously the Knicks, who knows? But that Knicks team is on a roll ever since they made that deal. That's an interesting game. MLK Day, afternoon, MSG. So it's a tough road, guys. I think 2 of those you got to win at least. 3 and 2 would be great. I won't put you on the spot, Jonathan, ask for a prediction because we'll save that for the 6-man show on Monday. So if you want to know Jonathan's prediction, you should tune into that show on Monday. So
all I'll say about where we're at right now is these guys just need to do their best, treading water. That's the name of the game right now with all the injuries that we have. If we're as depleted as we currently are, it's hard for me to go into any game and say, hey, we should beat this team. Yes, we beat Denver tonight, but with this if we have the same roster, going into the Atlanta game on Sunday, even though we're at home, I'm not going to be incredibly hopeful. It's just the reality.
Yeah.
You can only ask for guys like Admiral Schofield and Chuma and Trevelyan Queen and Caleb to give you so much. Paolo, I'm not worried about, but it's going to be the other guys, AB, Jalen, Cole, Mo. Can those guys sustain the level that they played at tonight? We've seen them do it in stretches this year, but just not incredibly consistently. That's going to be the biggest question mark until we start getting other guys back, I think.
Jonathan, I want to show you something. Are you ready for this?
I'm looking. I'm ready.
Take a look at this.
I like this. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I like
For those of you that are listening on the podcast,
just get through January.
the Orlando Magic now have, according to Tankathon strength of schedule, have the lowest rated strength schedule, which means they have the easiest strength of schedule the rest of the way. Average win percentage of 46.8% for the opponents for the 47 remaining games for the Orlando Magic. That is crazy. And you guys, January is intense. When we get out of January,
you've got some very winnable stretches.
The training wheels come off and we sail. We get healthy, we get a winnable schedule, and we roll. That's what's going to happen. It's got to happen. It's got to happen.
Like you're looking at like potential like multiple 5-game win streaks.
Yep.
As we get into February and into March.
Yep. It's crazy. All right. Let's see here. A couple more thoughts from the chat. We're going to call this a night. David says, y'all are in 118 for the Thunder game. Any tickets left on our link? I don't believe we have any more tickets, right?
Nope, is 118 193 tickets. We're in 118 and 102. Yeah, those have been sold out for months now.
Yeah.
At this point, and it just so happened that now that's coinciding with Shaq's jersey being retired. So
crazy.
That night is just going to be incredible. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
So excited.
Yeah. So those are the sections we'll be in, David. So if you want to go look online and see if there's any tickets in that section or near that section, if you want to sit near us or with us, obviously definitely do that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Monday's episode of the Six Man Show. Jonathan and Luke will be talking about the whole Shaq thing, which will be really fun. Joseph Chubb says, I cannot believe we aren't getting any televised games added and we still get the sorry Spurs every week. First off, that's facts. Okay. We've been saying that all year. It's a joke, but I'm telling you guys, we are right at the turn of the year is when these flex games starts happening. We've already seen one. It was Knicks. Oh, I can't remember. A Knicks game about flex recently where this is where
Pelicans and
this is where the flexes start happening. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I've already made a list of some games or it's possible. It's going to happen. The NBA, the national media, they see what's happening in Orlando. They still don't give it enough credit, to be fair, but they see what's happening. So it's going to happen.
To clarify, I just looked at the seating chart in Kia. Yeah. We're mostly in 102, and then there are additional seats that we sold because we sold out in 102. So the additional seats are in 118. So we will be in 102.
Right. There we go. Good deal. Well, guys, what a night. A night for the ages. A night that, this team deserves it. They deserve it. I mean, the way they fought.
Concern down the stretch was like, if we lose this game after the way we lost the Sacramento game, it was like, we need this one. Like, we deserve this.
We do.
Give it to us.
We deserve it. The players deserve it. The coaching staff deserve it. The Magic Maniacs deserve it. You all deserve it. I think it's going to do it for us, Jonathan. This has been a fun night. We're on 55 minutes strong. It's been a good one. But yeah, obviously, once again, check out Rock'em. They're a great company. We love them. Thanks for supporting the Six Man Show. Shout out to them. Use that code MAGIC20. I think that's going to do it for us, guys. Thanks for hanging with us, all 200 Magic Maniacs, and of course, Jam Hot Chicken as well. Thanks for being here. Tune into the Six Man Show on Monday. Jonathan, Luke, they'll break down this game. They'll break down the Shaq jersey retirement. That's going to be a lot of fun. You'll want to check that out then. I'll be back here with the postgame. Actually, no, Jonathan's hosting the postgame show Sunday. Check that out. 6 Man Show postgame live will be on Sunday. Jonathan's going to host that one. I'm out. You'll see him then. You'll see the 6 Man Show on Monday. But until then, guys, have a great weekend and let's go Magic!